Hello, what is up ladies and gentlemen, I am the one and only Mario here, and I am from the likes of the Maxi Toys videos once again. Yahoo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games, aka Minigame Mania in Europe, and Made in Wario in Japan for the Game Boy Advance. So, last time we basically showed you guys the forms of those remix towers, ranging from the easy tower to thrilling tower and also hard tower, despite the fact that I'm not exactly great at it. And also we did show off the total boss tower, so as a result though, we did pretty decent on those two runs. Well, mind you, the easy tower is probably the easiest of the bunch. So today for this video is the fact that we'll show off some of these versus games here. Now, mind you, there's only 4 of them, mind you, so we'll try to able to show all 4 of those. So yeah, that's pretty much as far as we can say about it. So let's get started with the first versus game, which is Hurdle. So yeah. 2-player craziness. Okay. Hop over the hurdles. Alright. Use rapid fire to get you through the tight spots. And basically, for those 2-player versus games usually, that one player can able to actually press the L button, and then the other player can able to press the R button. That was before when Mario Party 7 comes into play, and basically in one of those 8-player modes in Mario Party 7, that basically one player has to able to press the L button, and then the other player can able to press the R button, and you have to able to let one player can able to hold the controller in each side, and basically that's essentially how usually you can get. Although, we'll get to Mario Party 7 until next month by now, so because of that though, well, despite the fact that we are still busy doing this, as well as the forms of Mario Kart Arcade GP2, and especially noticeable with Mario vs. Donkey Kong as well. So, anyway, so yeah, this is Hurdle as you can see, and you're able to take control of, well, 2 of those characters. So basically, one player takes control of Orbulon, and also Dr. Krygor for the other player. And that could be vice versa for the other mini-game modes as well. Although, mind you, that, well, that's as far as you can able to try to describe it. So, yeah, because obviously you press the L or R button to able to jump over the hurdles and stuff like that. But also, if you get stuck into the mud, basically, though, is the fact that you will slow down and you can't jump out of it. So, at least if I'm assuming correctly. So, anyway, but I do apologize for that particular recording session is a bit odd and weird at the same time. Because mind you, I was originally trying to able to go in and invite Luigi over to able to actually just to play in multiplayer proper. But unfortunately though is the fact that, well, I have no words to say about it. And that was actually really dang close between Orbulon and Dr. Krygor on his final round right there, which is pretty tight, which that might be seems the case. So yeah, that was basically Hurdle. So now let's move on to the next versus game is Dong Dong. Okay, so 2-player madness. Make that yellow thing your opponents respondably. And I think that's as far as I can usually try to describe about it. So yeah, you're able to actually just shove off the actual bar to the other side. So yeah, that's basically how you can do with Dong Dong. So, and I believe one player can able to play as Mona, and the other player can able to play as Dribble right there, as you can see on screen. So I think it's like best out of 3 basically for all these versus games combined. Although, mind you, with only one in particular exception to that, which we'll point out whenever we're able to show off those versus games first before we move on to the next few things I want to show off. So, oh yeah, there are a few rare occasions that basically that the bars itself will slow down every now and then, and especially noticeable about the fact that, well, if you really want to give yourselves an easier timing to deal with, especially noticeable about the fact that if you're having a hard time, you know, trying to able to actually just press the actual, the yellow thingy to the other player, then it's your chance to able to time it carefully and stuff. So, even though it's hard to explain, because I know I haven't exactly, you know, touch upon the versus games all that much though, mainly because it's pretty obvious about the fact that it was expecting to have multiplayer elements, but that wasn't until on the GameCube port does manage to have a lot of multiplayer features, which is basically, it's like the GameCube version of WarioWare Inc., but with multiplayer functions, or with more multiplayer options. So that's as far as I can usually try to describe it as such. So even though I was expecting to try to do a Let's Play of WarioWare Inc. Mega Party games, but ultimately speaking, it's pretty much exactly the same, but on consoles, so, as opposed to being stuck on the handheld, so, at least as far as I'm usually trying to describe about that specific stuff, mind you, so, and, yeah, today's day is, of course, the 3rd of December today, in this case in 2021 today, and naturally, we've only got about 22 days to go until Christmas time, so even then, though, and, also on top of that is the fact that, well, happy 11th anniversary of the release of not only Super Mario All-Stars for the Wii, mind you, it's like a port from the Super Nintendo title, but to slap onto the Wii disc in case if you're able to actually just to play it on a modern hardware system. Even though originally that Super Mario All-Stars was originally going to be a virtual console game, but it ultimately speaking, it just ended up in the 25th anniversary of the Super Mario Brothers kind of specialty, I suppose. And also, Donkey Kong Country Returns. That, yeah, between those two games combined, that, yeah, they're now becoming 11 years old today. Specifically in the UK, although we already know about the fact that in the UK version of Mario Kart 7, since the likes of yesterday, that game is now a decade old. So, yeah, time really does fly, doesn't it? Especially noticeable about the fact that it's hard to look back onto Mario Kart 7, I must admit. Mind you, because I'm still usually busy playing through, well, the Mario Kart Tour again, which I think recently that we actually going back onto, actually I'll get to more in a second, so let's move on to Chicken Race, 2-player wackiness. This chicken aren't funky. It's the classic game of chicken. Get yourself as close to the edge as possible. In fact, I'll let Maxi War able to go back on to Mario Kart Arcade GP2 for tomorrow, and then he'll mention more about Mario Kart Tour for the next tour event. So, but we do know what this is. It's basically like a holiday tour, which is basically like the exact same tour as, technically speaking, ever since in at the end of 2019, I'm presuming. So yeah, I was thought to myself with that. So yeah, for Chicken Race, as you can see, you're able to take control of, one player can control 9 Volt, as well as that very strange yellow creature on the bottom screen. This appears to be the introduction to Frank. So yeah, that's basically how the actual, the yellow creature was actually named for, which is, Frank. So, he'll become stable in the forms of the future WarioWare games, I'm pretty sure. Which it wasn't until in WarioWare Twisted that they actually started able to introduce another set of microgames featuring Frank, and the later installments eventually. So, yeah, that should be pleasant to know. So yeah, basically, in order able to win the actual round is the fact that we need able to just be the one that's usually closest to the edge, whoever gets the point. So, it kind of reminds me of one of those minigames in Mario Party Island Tour, except the fact that it was on the Game Boy Advance rather than on the 3DS. Dang! 9 Volt is actually doing really well right there, despite the fact that I, for some reason, try to take control of 2 characters at the same time, so because of that, I was able to show you guys what this versus games are like, so... And it looks like that Frank might get that point, so... But if you fall off, then you lose instantly, so... Something to keep that in mind, so... So, yeah, that's basically how this goes for, Chicken Race, so it's just, well... Be the closest to the edge, whoever gets the point. And I don't think that if you come up to the hill, that I'm presuming it doesn't take you downwards with that specific momentum, so I'm guessing it's just for gaming logic, I suppose. But yeah, that's Chicken Race out of the way. And now let's move on to the last one, which is Chiritorie, which I do apologize for that mispronunciation for that. 2-player Insanity. Spin the groovy vacuum and pick up the trash. So, yeah, I believe for that particular description, as you can see, that it did released in Japan by Nintendo in 1979. Oh, interesting fact right there. Especially noticeable that this particular gadget, that I think for that particular Nintendo vacuum accessory thing, did came out in the exactly the same year as, I think, it came out the exact same year as when, Moonraker, the James Bond film, came out in 1979 as well. So, interesting fact right there. So yeah, basically in this particular versus game right there is the fact that I believe you need to suck up about 100 trash whoever wins the game. So yeah, that's basically all you have to do for the sake of time. So once again, if you press the L button to able to accelerate the red vacuum, and then if you press the right button or the R button, we're able to actually accelerate the blue vacuum. So yeah, that's basically how it goes basically. So and I suppose that's pretty much as far as I can say in terms of those versus games, obviously, although I do apologize for that particular, not only for that the mispronounced word that I said earlier, but also about the fact that the actual setup for this is pretty weird sometimes, I must admit. Mainly because, although it kind of does the same thing for the likes of WarioWare Smooth Moves on the Wii, that's basically that the only way you can play multiplayer is to able to share the Wii Remote controller, to able to take turns and stuff like that, which I totally get it. So either way though, we're able to expect that much, so... Anyway, so it feels like that the blue vacuum is in the lead at the moment. Although, if you continue your progressioning for the amount of points you can get to, like, I think if you almost nearly at the 100 points mark, then Jimmy T will pop up every once in a while. But I believe if you accidentally sucked up Jimmy T, basically, I think you'll lose points and then just let the trash scattered. So, at least if I was assuming correctly, despite I haven't exactly played the versus games on the Game Boy Advance version of WarioWare Inc. most of the time. So, yeah, I must admit that might be something worth classifying for noticing this, so... Anyway, so let's go ahead and let the red grab some here, so that way it'll catch up to the lead. I think out of all the actual versus games I actually played in this game, I think Chicken Race might actually be one of the best ones, mainly because it might actually be, I don't know, kind of has a huge emphasis on luck or anything else like that, which I honestly don't mind, so, and yeah, that's what happens right there. That if you accidentally get, if you let Jimmy T get sucked up, then the trash gets scattered, so that's not much else to say. Now I believe if you picked up the huge trash, I believe that'll give you like 5. Yeah, it just gives you 5, so... And we'll let the blue one get that one there, and out of nowhere, the red team wins. So, I guess that's that. And it just managed to fly about all of a sudden. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this particular versus game here. And, yeah, despite the fact that this video is, like, really short, but, that's to be expected by this point with the actual length of extra videos every now and then. So, yeah, I guess we should probably end things off at this point right here. So join me next time for more of Let's Play of WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games, and that is the fact that we'll show off some more bonus games, but we'll show off the endurance ones first, and then we'll show off the classic ones for later. So, yeah, that's why I classified that. So I'll see you guys until on Monday. Later, fellas. See you then.